Welcome back. How do you decide which vendors to invest in for your upcoming wedding? Before I answer that, I guess this is going to be the last video that I'm going to share. So I've decided it's going to be a 3-part video series, and that this is the 3rd video and last one that I'm going to share when it comes to just talking about things and tips that I've learned along the way as we were planning our wedding. Coronavirus situation going on, with all of the restrictions going on and just the social distancing, and still being able to successfully plan a wedding. The moment that we actually decided on going for pop-up weddings as our day of coordinator, it actually took a lot of weight off my shoulders, because they did exactly what I thought coordinators were supposed to do, and that's the reason why they're very good at their jobs, because everything just fell into place after we hired them, because they were asking us the right questions and nudging us towards doing what needed to be done, when there were things that just because you hire a day of coordinator doesn't mean that they're gonna do everything for you. There's still gonna be things that you as a couple are gonna take care of. We knew that catering was outside the door, because first of all, at that time there was, I think it was only limited to 15 people when there's like social gatherings in public, in open air. And I don't think there were any restaurants or buffet catering services available yet at that time. So it was literally the height of everything just shut down and closed. Right, so that was that was the biggest challenge that we've had. But then the thing is, a part of the package that pop-up weddings offered was the non-alcoholic bubbly and the cupcakes that we're able to offer our guests after the ceremony. So we knew that it was okay for us not to have a caterer, because there was going to be a little bit of food, like cupcakes, sweets. Who doesn't love cupcakes, right? And we made sure that they were different flavors, and then bubbly, so anything to drink is always okay for everyone. And we were happy to just go home after the wedding ceremony. That was our original plan. Now because of that, then we knew that we were still within budget, even if we would hire a videographer. Now, this is the thing, this is the part where, answering that question of how to decide which vendors to invest on depends on you as a couple. What do you value as a couple? Do you want to, are you like us, where like having that videographer, or do you prefer your guests to have a little bit more food and just chat a little bit more, chat a little bit longer, rather than just doing a toast and some cupcakes and then go home, right? Because that's why you have a reception in normal weddings. In normal weddings, you have all of the dancing, and you'd have to make that difficult choice of, do you include hiring a DJ, or do you include hiring a musician? Will the musician stay during the ceremony all the way until the reception, or does the musician just stay during the ceremony and then it'll go to a DJ during the reception? And then do you go for a caterer, or do you go buffet? Or there's so many things that would have happened that already started to overwhelm me prior to COVID's situation, right? That kind of made us lucky that we like our wedding ceremony happened the way it happened, and we didn't think that it was actually the type of wedding we always wanted. We didn't even know that we wanted that type of wedding ceremony. So that's why open-mindedness for couples out there is very important, and using your resources and what you already have, because like for example, we didn't think of having to change in a hotel, because originally we thought we would just change in the house and then we would travel together going to the wedding ceremony, or we would be like, and then see, that's also one of the things that you and your like as a couple or as partners, you need to make a decision. Do you want that moment of the first look? Some couples like that moment of having that first look and capturing that moment. The photographer needs to be informed of that. The videographer needs to be informed of that if you're going to have a photographer and videographer, right? And for some, it's okay that they see each other. They're not very much fuzzy about that. That some couples actually get changed together side by side, right? So that's something special, something different as well. And for me and Steven, it was important for us not to see each other. So literally, that was Steven's first look of me all dressed up, veil and everything. The moment I walked down the aisle, nobody saw me except my ladies and the day of coordinators, Valerie and Sevi. And by the way, I just wanted to again reiterate that Sevi was amazing. She was really, really, really patient with me because I kind of panicked a lot. Like just using your resources. So we ended up finally realizing that, hey, because I worked in the hotel industry not all my life, but like for the longest time, I've always worked in the hospitality industry, and Home2 Suites in the south of Edmonton is one of the hotels that I worked for prior to the job that I'm doing right now. And we realized that, and see, during the entire planning process, if somebody panics and all that stuff, those thoughts wouldn't come to you, right? Because you're already panicking, so you're like, everything's just blocked, right? So when you're breathing and you're calm, things come to you out of the blue, and we realize, hey, why don't we just see what they have for us, if they actually are able to accommodate us. And it's advisable for you to actually inquire if you're ever going to go that route of getting changed in a hotel venue, to actually inquire 6 months, at least 6 months way in advance, because you never know when their peak season is. You never know what groups are going to book mass bookings, so it may be a low season, but they have lots of groups, things like friends and family rates that you can talk about, or AAA rates. When you're a AAA CAA member, they have those kinds of rates and packages, and then if you work for the government, you have those kinds of packages. And just in general, hoteliers are excited whenever they hear anything that has to do with couples, so take advantage of that. They live for those moments where they're able to prepare something special for couples celebrating their anniversary, couples celebrating Valentine's Day, couples celebrating a birthday surprise for their partner, and of course part of that is couples getting married, right? So take advantage of your situation. Not just because I'm biased, because I used to work there, but I genuinely believe the staff in Home2 Suites Edmonton South are the friendliest staff that I actually know of. And the hotel's vibe. The ambiance is modern and eclectic. And again, it comes to taste. If some brides don't like that kind of modern eclectic vibe, but I do, and so it just happened. Things just fell into place, and yeah. So and they're actually one of the cleanest hotels in the city. Like, hygiene is top notch. We actually had to book our rooms separate, where Steven and Monica was gonna get ready. Monica is Steven's best man, and then where we were gonna get ready. You saw the previous video. You guys saw how spacious the area was where we were getting ready, and that's the home 2 suites for you. They actually have pretty spacious suites. So yeah, and they had everything prepared. I didn't even have to ask anything. They had everything prepared from the moment we arrived until the day we left. The moment I got engaged, the day after that, I asked my maid of honor to be my maid of honor. Of course, we were talking about going to a photo studio just to take our pre-wedding photos and all that, and then she mentioned, hey, my husband actually has a knack for photography, and it's one of his hobbies, and he's actually done a couple of projects before, and he's actually looking to build his portfolio. And so we were like open about it and and we said, yeah, sure, why not? We can try things out with him. Again, his name is Jigs of Jigs Diok Photography. I'll make sure to put all of the links in the description box below. And it just worked out. His vibe and our vibe matched. We just clicked. He's a very easygoing person and a very good photographer, very creative photographer. So that's one of the things that you have to think about, is that when you're hiring your vendor's energy needs to match yours, and that they're flexible enough to actually accommodate what your vision is for the photos. And at the same time, vice versa, you guys should also be open enough to accommodate his vision as a photographer, as the professional, right? So yeah, and then things worked out during the pre-wedding shoot, and that's when we decided, okay, we have a photographer now. And then that was when we realized that we didn't quite know if we were going to hire a videographer or not. And so at first we were going through, there was a local company that I saw via Google search that they actually gave five mini cams to a couple, and they would just distribute, so that those mini cams would be for rent. So it came up to a total of around $700, 5 video cams that you can actually distribute to your family and friends, and that they would take their own, it's like, watching your wedding ceremony in their point of view kind of thing. That was the concept of that company. And you would then return those videos, those mini video cams, to that company the day after the wedding, and then they would edit all of those things that your friends and family took, and then would present it to you as like a finished edited video. That was my original plan. And then I realized $700 is $700, right? So so we scratched out that idea, because we were going to be way out of budget if we were going to hire a videographer, and the hair and makeup artist for me was non-negotiable. I needed to have a hair and makeup person. And so that was the back and forth. Do we want to go for a videographer? I would just go back to that company again, and then I would search for a different company. And then again, like when you're stuck, sometimes it actually helps to actually just pause and just don't do some planning. And that was what we experienced. Like sometimes it would overwhelm us because the time crunch is already there, and you just like want to click, and I was like, I need to do this right now, kind of thing. But then what I've learned is it also helps to just step back a little bit, and then ideas would start flowing. And then for some reason, I just started searching in Facebook Marketplace for a totally different reason. And that's actually when I saw the post of Chantal, our videographer. And the rest is history. Like I think I touched about that topic in my previous video already. I actually was looking for a hair and makeup artist because at that time my bridesmaid still hasn't mentioned anything about Brian, so I was searching for hair and makeup by myself. I actually found I didn't go for Brian initially because I didn't know about him yet, so I went for a different hair and makeup artist trial. She was great. Her name is Krisna, and I'm gonna actually include her social media links and YouTube video in the description box below. She's actually great, very talented local makeup artist, very friendly, very accommodating. I actually felt like I was in a just having a makeup session with one of my close female friends. That's the kind of vibe that I had with her. So for all you brides to be out there, and her budget doesn't break the bank either, and really good quality makeup artistry. So if you want to check her out, I'll include her links in the description box. The thing is, it just didn't work out because makeup artists do have different packages, and sometimes those packages don't include what brides need, right? So and her package just didn't match what I needed for her to do, because I needed her to be on site. And the thing is, there were terms and conditions that she had in her packages in order for her to be on site. And so that's why I ended up having to look for someone else. And it wasn't an amicable understanding between the two of us that, hey, we love the process that happened when you were doing my makeup trial and my hair trial, but we both understand that, you know, our vision is different, right? So then it's not like, oh, she's not a good one and all that stuff. There wasn't any drama at all. She's really good. So yeah, and that's how I actually ended up going for Brian, because my bridesmaid mentioned him to me, and then I went for another makeup trial with him, and I loved everything that he did. And then obviously that's what happened. He was there, and he was very, very professional, very prepared. He was there way before, he was there on the time that he said he was going to be there, and he mentioned to me that you need to wake up in this time because this is what you need to do, blah blah blah. He was very prompt, and he was very thorough, and I loved it about him. So yeah, I'll also again include his links in the description box below. Brian Philip Imperial Jovellanos, I hope I got that right. Hi Brian. So yes, and then so basically that's what I've learned. Like, that's what we've learned. It's a lot of back and forth, a lot of when you get overwhelmed, step back, and then a lot of just tapping into the resources that sometimes you forget that you know this person, a friend of a friend, or a friend of a family member, especially when it comes to hoteliers. They're all over the city. There are lots of hotels, and you never know unless you ask. I'm not saying like you must have a hair and makeup artist. For me, it's the type of person I am. Like, doing my hair on my own stresses me a lot, and I don't think I need any stress when it comes to the day of my wedding. So if you're the type of bride who's very chill, who can just do a simple braid and all that stuff, and still appear gorgeous, and you can do your own makeup, and like maybe just simple eyeliner or something, or your favorite shade of lipstick, and you just know your palette and all that stuff, like all those beauty vloggers out there, awesome. Like, you know, but like I couldn't do that. So yeah, keep it real, keep it actually based on your personality and your partner's personality, that meshes together and comes out as your own unique taste as a couple, because at the end of the day, you want to focus on making sure that your marriage is strong, right? Your marriage is the one that survives. Your marriage is the long-lasting one. And yes, a wedding ceremony is equally important. It's a way of celebrating your love in front of everyone, right? In front of all your friends and family, and that just seals everything, right? But at the end of the day, it's the marriage that is the most important. That's it. I am sorry it was a chatty last video. I continue to be so appreciative and so grateful for everyone who continues to like and subscribe. I'll see what I come up next time. This is the end of the video series. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Click the notification box so that you'd be notified if I have a new video. I'll try to post every Mondays, Edmonton time, which means it'll be up and running on Tuesdays, Philippine time. And for the other time zones, I am sorry, I don't know. But at least, you know, so Edmonton time Mondays, so Philippine time, it'll be sometime in the morning, the Philippines. So yeah, that's about it. Ladies, friends, salamat kaayo, mga amigo, mga amiga, mga kaibigan. Sana supportahan niyo ako palagi. Please always continue to support, like, and subscribe to my channel. There are times that I'm late in posting my links in the description box below, but I will always post them. I'm still learning as I go with this YouTube stuff, but I promise to always improve every time. I'll see you next time, and I'll see you in my next vlog. I do have a blog on medium.com, so check me out over there. And then yeah, bye guys. Ciao.